Hi, welcome to Richard's Reviews. Today's review is Resident Evil, the final chapter. I think this is Resident Evil 5? Can't remember. I assume it's the 5th one. This is the 4K Blu-ray edition. I've actually upgraded to Blu-ray in the last year or so. I mean, not Blu-ray, 4K. Trying to watch to see if these movies are well built in the CGI era and recorded well. The jump from standard definition to 1080 was a good jump. I mean, there's movies definitely stand out. Certain movies are well done. Some of these you expect a little more, but they're not there yet. I'm not sure what's missing. They keep saying HDR, but that's not the case. It's not what makes it. There's just the way the resolution and the way the cameras cut the lighting should be just right, regardless of the color at this point. I mean, you can record in black and white. If it's done right, it still looks good. So, this being a CGI movie, there's a lot of things happening in it. The story continues that Alice, played by Mia Jovovich, reaches this future state where the zombies have taken over, and the Umbrella Corp still is around, but she's still battling them. So it gets to the point where she's located some big bad guys, and some are still hunting her. She meets a new group of people to help her fight this, in a sense. She ends up in this area. Kind of comes around full circle. She gets to another house that is housed by who we find out to be the girl that played her, actually. So she's actually a clone of the girl that was sick, that had the sickness that aged her or something like that, to that extent. It was a side effect of aging her. So it all comes down to like this final battle where Wesker and some other this one other guy, I forgot his name was, comes out and there's like clones left and right. It's not even funny. Some kind of interesting scenes where it didn't make any sense. I'll note one. There's a scene where her thumb gets cut off, and then she attempts to, where's her fingers? I can't remember. She tries to ride a motorcycle and looks kind of odd because like, how does she operate in the vehicle? In any case, there's a lot of action scenes, a lot of zombie stuff. Not a lot of characters coming back. The previous movie, I think, had a lot of characters come back. This one, they just kind of killed her right off, and she did it her own. It's still entertaining to watch. I guess you could say it's more of like, how are they going to die versus, they're going to die, because they just kind of kill everybody off in a special way. They call it the fight. I don't know. Maybe it probably is the last one. She gets away, and everybody dies. Everybody else dies. So, who knows if this was the end of the Umbrella Corp? They'll probably continue in the animated movies, but this is supposedly the last for this franchise. I enjoyed watching them. I know people were really harsh on this series, saga of movies. A lot of these movies going past the trilogy and just keep going, but it makes sense. They have a story to tell, and hopefully they end it well. This was an okay ending. It could have been better. There could have been more to it, I guess. But let's see what this comes with. So in the back, they show you... Well, you know what? There are some returning characters, I guess. They did have Ali Larder come back. They introduced, what's her name? Ruby something, and then... I don't remember who that is. In any case, there's a lot of action, and Mia Jovovich definitely... still doing the action thing, which is cool. So inside there's the Blu-ray, and then there's the 4K one, and then some pamphlets for the digital and whatnot. So these 4K discs are definitely packaged similarly to them, but they're shaped differently than the Blu-ray. I think they're like wider or thinner or whatever. Rating for this movie: 3.5 out of 5. It's still entertaining. I liked watching all the Resident Evils. I mean, they each introduced definitely a slew of characters to kind of watch. Clear, not clear of how they are. It's still interesting in itself, because I did play the video games up till, I think, 3, the third one, and I watched somebody play the 4th one. I didn't play the 4th one. I played parts of the 5th and 6th one, and I heard the 7th one is just too different and too crazy. But in any case, this was a video game they made into a movie. Those are hard to do. This one, making it to the 5th version fifth movie, which is pretty good considering most of those movies don't make it past 1 or 2. Definitely check it out if you're a sci-fi fan and like watching these action movies. A lot of dancing, of fighting and whatnot. So, but this definitely has some action. Okay, thanks for watching. Check out the other reviews or drop a like. Thanks.